in the gardens. That's the only statue of a named cricketer at Lord's. All the others are sort of generic. Now, I don't know whether you know about William Gilbert Grace, but he was one of the greatest cricketers. Well, he was probably the greatest cricketer of Victorian times. Just to give you some sense of his abilities, he took 55,000. He got 55,000 runs, 3,000 wickets, and over 800 catches in his career. So he was head and shoulders above most other cricketers. He was a doctor by profession. He was one of 5 brothers. All of them were doctors, and 3 of them played for England. He was also said to be a fairly feisty character, and once he was bowled by a fast bowler. The stump went back, the ball went to the ground, he picked it up, put it back on the stumps, and he shouted to the fast bowler, "Bowl up, man, bowl up. The crowd have come to watch me bat, not to see you bowl." And he hit another 70 odd runs. I think that was in an exhibition match, and I don't think it was actually in a first class match, but he was a bit of a character. He was an amateur by profession, and yet he retired as a millionaire in today's terms. So he would charge up to £300, £400 to play in a match. And can you imagine in the Victorian age how much money that was? I mean, you could buy a house for that. So he would charge a lot of money to play, because people would come miles and miles just to watch W.G. Grace play cricket. He was an MCC member from the age of 18, so he didn't have to wait very long to become a member. And him and Lord's really grew up together because he was so successful and he was an MCC member. I understand an Arctic gum tree dedicated to Keith Miller, and another character of the game. Keith Miller, not only a great all-rounder, but a wartime fighter pilot or bomber pilot. Well, he's a few mosquitoes, so bomber and pilot. And once he was asked by a journalist, did he find Test cricket a bit stressful? He said, when you've got a Messerschmitt 109 up your backside trying to shoot you out of the sky, that's stress. Playing cricket's no stress at all. So he really took it quite light-hearted. He actually turned up once with his great friend from England, Dennis Compton, at Lord's. They were due to play a Test match that day. They still had their dinner jackets on. They'd been out on the town all night. They took their dinner jackets on, put their whites on, and went out and played Test cricket. That's the way to go, isn't it? None of this pasta, ice baths and warm downs, warm up. All that rubbish today.
Yeah, look.
Play starts at 12 o'clock. The deal is assigned 13 minutes, usually at 3:30. On the side of the road we went on today, next to the tavern stand.
Oh, projector.
This is my last bit. The Lubinskis. And they'd never watched any cricket in their life, but they stuck to the specification. And the specification for the media centre was that it would allow underneath a run-out and all the implements. It wouldn't get in the way of any of these seats here in these two stands. Also obviously give a great view of the ground. So they won the competition. There was 4 architects. The trouble was that no one came forward to build it. It was said it's too difficult to design. But in the end, 2 shipbuilders came, 2 boatyards, one in Holland and one in Dorset, on the south coast. And so it's built like a racing going yacht. It's built of aluminium, 32 sections, and the architect said to me, if you put a keel on the back, left and go down the stairs. Before you go down the stairs, you can't take photos that way. Just have a look out and sometimes there's a feel of rush. You get a sense of
from the various gates around the ground.